Hey, what's up my peeps, and welcome back to another video. Welcome to Ireland Tries the Internet. This week I am trying out Bokksu snacks. And we're also joined by my dog over here. Her name is Bella. She is a Shih Tzu. That's what that dark blob is. She loves licking, so we'll see how much she does that during this video. Hopefully not a lot. But I know she always gets sad when I'm recording, so I thought I'd let her sit in this time. Anyways, if you are a new viewer to my channel, hello and welcome. I am Ireland. If you are a returning subscriber, hello, welcome back. It's great to see you again. Back at another fun video. So like I said, I have a Bokksu box right here, and I will be unboxing and trying all of the snacks in this month's edition of Bokksu. So just a little forewarning, I suppose. I've already opened this and oh god, taken a look at some of the snacks inside, but I have not tried any of them, nor really looked into them. They're Japanese snacks, so it's not like I've ever experienced them really here in America. Also, this is my second Bokksu box that I've gotten. My first one my mom got for me for my birthday because she knows I love Japanese culture, Japanese snacks, anime, manga, you name it. I love Japanese things. So I got a box for July and tried that out, and it was fantastic. So we have a 6-month subscription, so this might be a recurring series, at least for the next 4 months. So if you like this video, I will make sure to do more, because I will have more boxes coming regardless. But I know this is something on the internet that I personally love to watch. I love to watch people try snacks. That way I can get a feel for whether or not that's something that's personally worth my while. I can't remember off the top of my head how much this box was, considering I got it for 6 months. But I, in post, will look up that number and put it over here for reference. I think it's a pretty good value because, in case you don't know, the Bokksu snack boxes do premium Japanese snacks, as it says on the box here. Premium Japanese snacks. So yeah, that's what I'll be trying out. Each month, Bokksu gives you a little thank you note from their founder. So I think that's really cute. A little special touch. Just this kind of thing changes every month, and I think that's really nice to just get something a little bit personal in a box. Also, I am not somebody that typically gets subscription boxes. This is my first one, and I really love it. At least last month. So we'll see this month if it keeps up with its premium quality and things like that. Each Bokksu box has a theme for the month, so this one is August. And the theme is, I'm sorry if I butcher the Japanese of this. I'd like to preface that for the entirety of the video. I'm not Japanese, obviously. And I don't speak Japanese. I watch a lot of Japanese things, so I'm gonna try my best at the pronunciation. You could let me know if I'm wrong. I am ready to admit that I'm just probably saying it incorrectly, and I'm very sorry. But I don't know how else to say the names of these things. So, the Otsukimi, Otsukimi maybe? Moon Festival is this month's theme. So each month you get a little letter, pamphlet thing that has a little bit of information about what the moon, in this case the Moon Festival, what the Moon Festival is, why it's culturally important. You get to discover where snacks are from each month, and then you get an individual page about each of the snacks, what they are, why people eat them, why it fits with the theming, nutritional information, allergies, things like that, all come in this box. Also flavor, which I think is really interesting, because sometimes, at least in my last box, some of them I was like, is this supposed to be sweet or savory? And I'd have to look back at this before I tried it. But obviously we'll be trying them all today, so yeah, something that's really cool about Bokksu Boxes in particular from my last box is that they partner with a lot of the snack creators. So whereas other snack boxes tend to do just whatever Japanese snack they feel like, this one is professionally curated by somebody. Mine's a little dinged up this month, but last month my box was in perfect shape. It's probably just shipping considering the time and everything, so I do not deduct points for this kind of thing. But yeah, they give you a nice little orange box in the mail. I also want to point out that none of my snacks have been squished in these boxes, which is always a worry. I always worry, like, Japanese snacks or snacks in general being sent in the mail, I get very scared about, especially when there's like chocolate and candy and things like that. But at least we'll see when we try these out. But last month at least nothing was melted, or there was one smashed item, but that was because they were like air puffs, and I was like, well, they did their best. But okay, enough prefacing. Yeah, culture guide, and I'll just go through each of the snacks in the box in terms of what this is and talk about them a little bit. I don't want to go too in depth because that's obviously why they have a whole pamphlet about it. Yeah, my guess is you guys aren't here to listen to me read food descriptions out of a pamphlet. You're probably here to get my 2 cents on Japanese snacks and whether they're good or whether this box is worth it. So, okay. As I was saying, I like that they go with a lot of the personal curators and they work with it for special snacks. I haven't looked at this one in depth, so I'm not sure if there's one's this one. But I know last time there was like a freeze-dried strawberry infused with white chocolate, and that was something special to Bokksu, and not something you could find anywhere else in any Japanese thing. It was something that was made with creators to kind of simulate the kind of snacks that might be available. Their motto, I believe, for this particular brand is the Japanese snacks that Japanese people actually eat. Because I know sometimes you'll get a lot of those crazy snacks, like little tiny fish and stuff like that, and a lot of weird ones, and people are like, do they even really eat this? Is this really relevant to them, or is it like a dollar store food? So this is supposed to be special, and that's why it's a little bit more pricey than other boxes, I think. But you get, I think, like 12. We'll count by the end how many. Let me count real fast how many of their snacks come in this. In this box in particular, it came with 13 snacks. Well, I guess 12 snacks plus a tea. They also include a tea in every box. So, enough Bokksu information. Let's get into taste testing. So, I always think the boxes are super cool. I really wish this one wasn't as banged up as it is, because I'd love to just keep this box and use it for things. Because, I mean, look at this. Look at the way it opens. An interesting thing is that the box is different than the one that I got the first time, so I don't know if this was due to shipping, because this is only my second one. But I'd like to think that they change up the box design each month, which is really special, I think. Because, like, some of them you get in, like, little things, and presentation is part of the points on cooking shows, so it should be part of the points here too. So, lovely presentation. I obviously already opened it up, so they're not in the exact order that they had come in, but they pretty much came like this. So, as you saw in the intro, it comes with this on top, but it has a little saying on the thing that says "Discovering Japan Through Snacks," which I think is really cool. But yeah, I'm gonna be messing with this box forever, wishing that I could keep it because it's so cool. Anyways, let's get into the first snack. So, I guess I should talk about this first one. So it says, I'm not going to try to pronounce the name, but here it is. It's a type of tea. It is roasted organic Japanese green tea. I am not a tea person. I tried making the tea from the last box and it ended up really poorly for me because I'm not a tea person. So for me, tea just kind of tastes like leaf juice. I like sweet things. I'm not a coffee drinker either, so it's not like I'm picking sides or anything, but I'm not a tea fan, so I won't be trying the tea. But I think it's nice to mention that there are teas in here, even though I'm not trying them this time. I like boba tea, but that's milk tea, so very different, as I found out when making this tea. Yeah, in this case, the tea is made by Bokksu specifically, so it's not even made by a designated brand. It's something special to the box that you can only get in this way. So it says it's a green tea, lowers caffeine content and adds a toasty roasted flavor. Lighter side. Perfect pairing for sweet and savory foods. And it's vegetarian. What tea is not vegetarian? Now I want to know. I guess I'll never know, but I suppose it's relevant information to include on here. So yeah, first item, teas. I'm not gonna, I suppose I shouldn't tease you with that one. I'll leave. Okay, I'll go in order of the book now then. So, the first item on here are Hokkaido red bean donuts. And so, in the little card here, it mentions that one of his favorite snacks are these donuts. So, I think that's kind of cool to think that the founder specifically picked out these donuts for that reason. So, let me find them. This is a pairing by Bokksu and Honma. Honma. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But, yeah, it's an exclusive collaboration. So, yeah, like I said earlier, they tend to do collaborations. It looks like it's in every box kind of thing, so that's kind of interesting. This comes with 2 little donuts. When you think about boxes, it's kind of interesting to think about like foods like donuts and things like that as being included in a subscription box for snacks. Because you're like, oh, is that able to keep and things like that? So I guess we'll find out. According to this, it's sweet. It's got the Anko red bean paste. I know bean paste, I think in particular the red bean paste is something that's really typical to Japanese snacks that I've seen in foods for sweetness. They're perfect for colder weather. So let's taste test these, and I can, with my infinite 21-year-old palate, explain to you whether or not these are any good. I consider myself a bit of a snack aficionado, though. Like, I've tried a lot of snacks in my life. I've tried a lot of chips, a lot of cookies. It is something that I can say I know a fairly good amount about. Immediately this smell is very strange. It kind of smells like it kind of smells like fried chicken. I don't know if that's good or bad. I guess it's fried, so makes sense, but I guess I should just bite into it. First things first, it is very greasy. I mean, it's packaged. It's already infinitely amazing that they were able to get a donut in here, so good on you. But I wouldn't say it's for me. I'd say it's okay. I wouldn't say it's bad. But I wouldn't say this is my favorite snack I've ever had. And I know, before everybody comes at me with like, well, sometimes Japanese flavors are different and they're for a certain palate. I love a lot of Japanese snacks, okay? Guess maybe I picked the wrong one for the first one. But with an American palate that also likes Japanese and Asian cuisine typically, it's still a little bit strange to me. It's kind of dry. It's not like a fluffy donut. Let me show you the bite that I took. Corn dog. It kind of reminds me of corn dog batter when you get the frozen corn dogs and how the batter is like a little bit crumbly. but it's still got that faint fried flavor. It's like a frozen corn dog. The bean paste. I mean, a lot of American audience probably think like beans probably taste gross. I don't like beans in a typical sense, so I like this. I like the inside paste is good. It's like a little bit sweet. It's like a mix of like sweet and savory. It's like a corn dog filled with something mushy. Like not a dark chocolate, but something like a little bit lighter than a dark chocolate. Like if you mixed milk and dark chocolate together and maybe added a lot of salt to it, I would say it's kind of like that. Like a salty fudge maybe? Fudge. That's a good texture. The texture is kind of fudgy. And the outside is like a corn dog. I'm gonna rank each snack on a scale of 1 to 5. I'd say this is a 2.5. It was okay. I don't really want to eat any more of it. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Like, it tastes good. It's not like it made me spit it out or anything. That'd be like a 1 or a 0 even. But would I go out of my way to buy these donuts? No. I'd like to just mention as a side note that I really enjoy the idea of getting to know Japan through snacks. I think it's so important to look at other cultures and kind of learn at least a little bit of something out of them. In this case, it tells you all about the Moon Festival and how it's celebrated in people's homes, and I think that's really cool that it includes like a little bit of a cultural aspect along with snacks, so that you're not just getting straight up snacks and being like, well, here's these chips. It's like, well, these chips have a purpose and a meaning in that culture, and I think that's really special. Just something I thought I should mention. Also, I should mention the formatting is really pretty. Like, if you look at this, just the font and the attention to detail is something that, as an English major, I really appreciate. I appreciate the way that words are presented on a page. Probably a nerd thing. Probably something else not a lot of people notice. Bella! Cut it out. I'm trying to film a video over here. I love you. M. Baker's Cookie. Custard flavor. Custard cookie. Oh no. Oh, goodness. Sorry. Okay, it says, this soft cookie really does taste like custard pudding. It has a lovely vanilla flavor and somehow captures the eggy, creamy flavor of custard too. It's a sweet flavor, and it's also vegetarian. I'm really intrigued by the idea of a cookie tasting like custard without the texture of custard. I'm very intrigued. So let's see. This is the M. Baker cookie. It's very small. It's very cute. It's so cute. Something that I think is kind of different between Japanese snacks and American snacks is the size. Like in this case, you get 2 donuts. Like, what American place could you find where you would order 2 donut holes and then be fine? And they'd be like, okay, you know? But I think maybe that's something we should work on, because if you were to buy a cookie, it's definitely not going to be this small. But I think something important to realize is that they're equally fulfilling. Like, they're tasty and you get just enough and you're good. Whereas snacks in America, it's like you taste it and then you just can't get enough and you can't stop eating them. I don't know what we put in food, but it seems a little mysterious that it works that way, doesn't it? Just a little opinion of mine. Just a theory. A food theory. Oh gosh, this is hard to open. I got crumbs all over myself. All is good. Okay, this is very crumbly. Not what I was expecting. It looks kind of like airy in this, but it's more like a crumbly low sugar cookie. So here we go. It smells like vanilla. You know when you make ice cream and you have the base of like the milk and the vanilla in it, and before you make it into ice cream, it smells like that. It smells like that milky sugar vanilla mixture. Reminds me of like my childhood for some reason. I suppose I should just taste it. I figured it out. So, you've gone to Starbucks, right? And you get those little Madeline cookies. Tastes just like that. Except it's a normal cookie and it's like crumbly and chewy. It tastes just like that though. So, in other words, very good. I would buy these again. 5 out of 5 cookie. I am a big fan of Madelines, or Madelines. However you say it. I think they're French. Lotus root and cocoto. Ooh, that sounded weird. I don't know if I said that right. I'm sorry. Black sugar Baumkuchen. That's definitely wrong. Alright, well, it says lotus root from the Ibaraki prefecture and kokoto, black sugar from Okinawa, unite in this delicious layered cake. Sweet, soft, and round like the moon, this cake has us seeing stars. What a beautiful way to write a description of a food item. This food will have you seeing the stars. So this is another baked good, which I find really special for these kind of boxes. A lot of boxes I see don't have baked goods. They just have, you know, like the crackers or chips. So baked goods are a plus. Anyways, so this is a cake. Yes, layered cake. I know when I went to Okinawa, they had, what is it, mill crepes? So it's like 100 or 1,000. Not 1,000, that's a lot. I think it's 100. 100 layers of crepes with cream in between them, and it made like a cake. So I'm wondering if this is kind of similar to that. I guess we'll find out. It was very, very tasty though when I had it. Oh, it smells like syrup, like that you put on pancakes, maple syrup. It smells like maple syrup, which is what I'm assuming is the black sugar part of this, since brown sugar makes syrup, right? I'm not an expert on that. Seems very airy and soft. Alright, here we go. There's like a little something in the background. It tastes good. We'll start there. It tastes like a cake donut. Feels like a cake donut. And it tastes sweet. What is it in there? The lotus root. That's what I'm tasting as an aftertaste. I was like, I couldn't remember what this was. It's shaped like a little root. Go figure. But it smells like syrup from the sugar, and you could definitely taste a little bit of the sugar there. But that lotus root aftertaste is really interesting. If you've never had lotus root before, it tastes kind of like earthy, but like fresh. So it's like a 3.5 is pretty good. That cookie is a lot better. I like the cookie better, but this is still good. It's just different. And there's a lot here. This is big. I mean, for me, I take small bites and I don't eat a whole lot in one sitting. Zarame mochi rice crackers. So these rice crackers are made by mochi gome, also known as mochi rice, which gives them their delicate and airy texture when baked. They're then coated with a flavorful glaze of soy sauce and brown sugar. Soy sauce with a sweet thing? Interesting. I love soy sauce normally, but usually I don't use it in sweet things. So this should be fun. Alright, so for those of you who have maybe never had mochi, it's like a squishy rice dessert. It's hard to describe. There's mochi ice cream. If you've had mochi ice cream, the mochi part is what's around it, the little casing around the ice cream. They also have just mochi on their own. Oh, also for reference, I have been to Okinawa, Japan twice, each for 2 weeks. My dad is in the military, as I've mentioned in the past, so he was stationed there for 2 years, and that's why we went to go visit him around Christmas time and visit the Japanese stuff, which was a dream come true for me. I haven't been able to visit mainland, but that's a dream as well, hopefully in the future sometime. Right, into these mochi crackers. Alright, first scent impression. Ooh. It smells like if you've had, oh gosh, what are those crackers called? There are these crackers at Costco where you get them in these containers, and you know how it has like the bread chips and the little spirally cracker, and it has crackers that are like either like crescent shaped or like a stick shape. If you've had those, they look kind of like this. Not really, but they look like they got like that glossy texture, things like that. It smells just like that, like a little bit salty, a little bit nutty. I like these a lot. I'm conflicted though. I don't know if I would call these sweet per se. They taste like the ones in our cracker mixes that we have now in America, but it tastes like it's got a glaze on it, but it tastes salty from that soy sauce. So I would categorize this, from my flavor basis, more savory than sweet. Like, I understand where the sweet notes come, because it's like you get like the glaze part of it, but you get a lot of salt from the soy, and added to rice, it tastes more savory to me. But I really like these. I'm a big savory snack gal, so big fan. You either gotta go all the way with savory or you gotta go all the way with sweet. There's no in between. Just kidding. There obviously is. I love like things like salted caramel. That's a good example of both. But this is more savory, and I like it a lot. Give it a 5. 5 out of 5 on these bad boys. I would eat these again, just like as a snack for like watching by the TV and stuff like that. These are a good time. Another mochi product. This is the Funwari Meijin Mochi Puffs, Black Syrup Kanako. So they're made with Japanese rice that is pounded and transformed into using a unique patented process into lighter than air confections. Afterwards, they are covered in brown sugar syrup, cocoa powder, and Kanako powder for a sweet and nutty flavor. Sweet and nutty. I've had these before in the last box. Not these exact ones, because that'd be kind of bad. If you got a box and it had the exact same snacks in it again, I'd be really disappointed, because that's not the reason I get a subscription box for more than 1 month, you know? But I had these kind of snacks in the past box, but these are flavored differently. This was one of the ones that was smushed. So I'm really happy that I have two of them now, because I remember them being really good. The last box, these were flavored with peanut butter, I think. They tasted like peanut butter puffs, and they were really, really good. And I had wished that there were more, because they had like just 5 of these, and they were all powdered, because these are so ridiculously light. Like, take a normal Cheeto puff and puff it further. Like, I think there's puff corn now. It's kind of like that, but even lighter. Like Pirate's Booty, even lighter than that. It's like the lightest puff I've ever had. And in this case, they are black syrup flavor. So it promises sweet and nutty. So we'll see. Ooh, it does smell sweet and nutty. It smells like syrup mixed with peanuts. Like if you had like a peanut butter pancake with maple syrup on it. It kind of smells like that. Here we go. These, beyond the scale of 5 out of 5, these are a 6 out of 5. They are phenomenal. I mean, look inside. If I could find my camera. There we go. Look inside these things. Like, they're just so... There we go. You can see a little bit better there. They're so light. It kind of looks like spider webs. That's how light they are. Like, you just... I don't know if you could hear that, but that's how light they are. So like that when you like touch them, they just crumble. They're so light and airy, and they taste like peanut butter and sugar. They taste like sugary peanut butter, and that's so good. So good. I'm not usually a huge peanut butter fan for like flavors and things like that. Like, we've gone very far in our peanut butter game. And sometimes I'm like, whoa, slow down. I like other flavored stuff too, like caramel. But these, so good. I think maybe I'm just like a fun texture kind of person. Like, I love mochi because they're super squishy. And I love these because they're just super light and airy and fantastic. 6 out of 5. All right, the chocolate azuki beans, black sesame kanako, another kanako one. So the creamy dreamy confection is a modern version of amanato made by simmering azuki beans in sugar syrup, coating it in white chocolate, and rolling it in a yummy nutty kanako and black sesame powder. It says sweet. There's a lot of sweet in this one. I'm expecting these to taste sweet and nutty. Here's a little package. I love the way that they package these little triangles. They're just so interesting to hold, and it's fun. It's a fun thing. For like American stuff, they're never packaged like this, so I think that's so cool. That it's just like a convenient little thing. It's so small. Oh, they're so small. I don't know why I didn't think they were going to be so small, but they are. They're tiny little... Well, you can't see very well. Let me open the package further. Pour them in my hand. Tiny little beans. They're so cute. Alright. A tiny little bean. It's like rough, so you could tell it's not like a perfect jelly bean. And I like that. I'm not getting a huge nuttiness from it. It tastes like if you mix fudge with the inside of an M&M. So like that big chocolate flavor, but it's like squishy and fudgy. I like it. I like chocolate though, so it kind of just tastes like chocolate. It just tastes like straight up chocolate. Oh, coating in white chocolate. I missed that part. That makes so much sense now. Yeah, you could taste that little bit of sweetness from the white chocolate, and it tastes really good. I like white chocolate. I'm sorry if it offends people, but I really like white chocolate. It's because I'm a huge sweet person, and white chocolate is just bomb diggity, okay? You could come at me in the comments being like, white chocolate isn't really chocolate. It's gross. I like it. That's just what I like. I like white chocolate. Come at me. It's a preference. I'm an individual. 4 out of 5. They're good, and I might buy them again. But they're basically just chocolate flavored things, so you can get that from a lot of other stuff too. The Mitarashi Mochi Manaka, sorry. The snack blends 2 traditional Japanese snacks, Manaka, a mochi wafer case filled with white bean jam, and a Kyoto specialty of skewered dango rice cakes grilled with a sweet soy sauce glaze. Another sweet soy sauce. I wonder if this one will actually be sweet this time, because the other one was not. The other one was like more savory and salty. But that's because it was a rice cracker too. So maybe I'm biased. But here we go. Let me find it. Ooh, I don't know if it's supposed to be... Oh. This one's broken, but this one is not. It gives you 2. But it's a really thin case, so it explains why. It probably got a little bit smooshed during transit, which I'm okay with. I'm okay with slightly smooshed snacks when it's just a few and it's not all smashed. I'm fine with that. Packaging and shipping will happen, so not a negative for me. But let's go with this. See what it tastes like. Packaging's a little fun because it looks like the little skewered thing. Really simple. Ooh. Feels like a rice cracker filled with caramel. Smells kind of like the rice cracker from earlier. It smells like a little bit salty, like soy sauce with rice cracker smell. It's strange. I was expecting this to be crunchy, but it's really soft. I don't like the texture. Like, I know I just said that I like soft things, but this is like a weird soft. It's like weird. The inside feels like an apricot jam, kind of like one of those, you know, those gummies where you bite into it and you see like your teeth marks in it because it's got that like extra gelatin in it or something like that. That's what it feels like. And the outside doesn't help with that feeling of that weird jelly. I think it said it's jelly, so I mean it makes sense. Jam. White bean jam. So it makes sense why it tastes like this, but I think it's not my personal favorite. I'd say it's still pretty good. Like, you get it's like you wait for that hit of sweetness and then it's not there. Like, it doesn't get that overwhelming sweetness. Not that it should per se, but I don't know. I feel like I'm expecting that sweetness, like that extra sugar punch, and it's just not there, and I feel like I'm missing it. Got 2.5. It's really in the middle for me. I'm not going to buy it again, but I am happy to be challenged by it. And it's okay. There's just not much to say about it because it's just really soft. Nama chocolate sable cookie. Soft cookie has a layer of chocolate hidden inside. Ooh, I love little surprises. The fudgy chocolate cream adds deeper chocolate flavor to the buttery exterior, which also has a dash of cocoa powder. So chocolate on chocolate on chocolate for this bad boy. I guess I should mention how many of each of these snacks are in these things. So there's 2 of these, 2 of these, 2 of these cookies, 2 of these bad boys, 2 of the teas. What else? 1 of the rice crackers. 1 of the lotus cake. Ooh, I just dropped all my snacks. 1 of the donut packs. And that's everything so far. So I'll continue to keep you updated on numbers of things, but just for general reference, that's how many are in here at this moment. Quite a few, I think. And then there's 2 chocolate cookies. So let's get into one of these. I like the feeling of the package. It's that like fancy, soft, matte texture. I don't know why I like that so much, but I do. It's like elegant. Makes me feel fancy. They had a similar cookie like this in the last box. It was an apple caramel cookie, which was it was pretty good. The apple was a little bit strange in a cookie, but I dug it. Digged it? Dug it? It was good. It also had a caramel center, so I wonder if this is the same brand. Because I don't remember. But right off the bat, it smells like a chocolate cookie. It smells like one of those chocolate fudge cookies. Let me do the little break. That's always fun to do. Ooh. I really like chewy cookies, so these are good. You could see the little layer of chocolate inside, which is fun. They're good. They're nothing to write home about. They're not anything memorable per se, but they're still good. I'm probably not going to go out of my way to buy it. So I'm going to give it a solid 3 because they're really good, but they're also just plain Jane and nothing spectacular about it. Pizza potato chips. These are by Colby. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right, but I know that this is a common chip brand in Japan, at least that I have seen. I've seen a lot of these chips in Japanese markets and things of that sort. So it's promising, and they're finally savory. Can you imagine if I was like, "Yep, the pizza potato chips, the sweetest one in the box"? That'd be concerning. That might be one that I would just downright not like and spit out probably. It sounds gross. So they're basically like Ruffles, and they have the blend of 2 cheeses and flavored with garlic, salami, and herbs. And these chips bring the flavors of Japanese style pizza to you. Here they are. pretty decent size. Pretty good size if you were to watch TV with them. I know in America we have the big old size of chips, but this is the perfect amount, okay? Especially for a snack box. Can you imagine a big bag of chips in this box? It'd be crazy. Right after I gave such a good review about how this is the perfect size. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was wrong. There's not that many in here. You think we use a lot of air? That's a lot of air. I guess it was shipping pretty far, so it makes sense. Also, the plastic is really thick. Just to note. I like the packaging, though. Just the straight up Ninja Turtle style pizza. Cheesiness. Alright. Smells like... Oh. I was wrong. I thought they smelled like the sour cream and cheese ones from Ruffles, but I was mistaken. That's the initial scent. There's a deeper scent. Tastes like sausage. Or not taste. It smells like a sausage. Like a chicken sausage in particular. And cheddar cheese Ruffles. That's what it smells like as a mix. Which I guess makes sense because it's salami and cheese, so you get what you get. Tastes better the second time. I'm not sure why that is. Maybe it's because I got used to the flavor after the initial shock of the first round. Because the first one hit with salami flavor, like that chicken sausage that I had said earlier. It tastes like that. And then you get some of like the sweet herb. And then at the end you get potato. So they're good. In other words, they're pretty good. But they're complex, I would say. It feels wrong to give it a 5. Because it wasn't mind-blowing. But it was really good and challenging. So, 4 out of 5. Salted truffle flavor. It's savory. So, bite-sized rice cracker. Earthy truffle, tangy camembert. Oh, that's that fancy cheese. I know that because the what is that TV show? The Ladybug show. I know that the little cat thing loves camembert. Truffle, camembert, and black pepper. Sounds really good. Sounds like kind of like risotto, or yeah, kind of sounds like something you'd have mixed in a risotto. Maybe not camembert. I've never had that kind of cheese. But sounds fancy. And it looks like you get 2 of them. You get two of these little savory poppables. Let's pop one in my mouth. It says salt truffle. They kind of look like those combos. You ever have those combos before? Smells like a rice cracker. Yeah. Little ravioli. Little crunchy ravioli. I guess I should eat the whole thing, right? That is a really particular flavor. Okay. Well, let me explain this guy. This guy is a lot. I wish I didn't stick the whole thing in my mouth. Wow. Okay. I gotta calm down from what this was. It tastes like a whole lot of black pepper in my mouth. Now, I'm not a huge black pepper person. So, like, my mom is, and she'd probably love this. But I am not. So, for me, this was a lot and too much. I really didn't like it. The pepper makes me feel like I need to sneeze from my mouth. You had brie. It tastes like when you have brie, but you have the peel part of brie. It tastes like that, covered in black pepper, shoved in a rice cracker. It's not a personal favorite for me. I'm not a pepper person. I don't like the rind of the cheese. And it was a lot to have in my mouth at once. So 1 out of 5 for me on this. You might be different. And that's perfectly fine. But for me, that's what I'm at for this. This one I've been excited for. This is the Rabbit Festival Golden Sweet Potato Cake. Known for its rich natural flavor, complemented here by hints of cinnamon and rum. Specifically for the Moon Festival, this cake is wrapped in cute rabbit packaging. So it's sweet and contains alcohol. Good thing I'm 21. Nothing says alcohol like a cute bunny package. I'm hoping it's not an overwhelming rum flavor. I don't know if I'm a huge rum person. Ooh, I really like this packaging. This packaging is super fun. Okay, so you open it up like this, which is already fun in itself. But then you just slide it out like a little surprise out of here. It's so cute. And then you get another bonus package. Right off the bat, it looks like a plantain. It looks like when you get those little fried plantains from like Cubano places. That's what this looks like. And I'm guessing that's what the texture is going to be like too. Let's go with the initial scents. Just smells thick. I know that's not possible. You can't smell if something's thin or thick, but it smells thick. And I hope you all catch my drift with that. I know you probably don't, and that's fine if it makes no sense, because I'm not quite sure I understand what that means. But you definitely get that sweet potato scent. Tastes exactly like it smells. First of all, it's thick. I was right. Smells thick, tastes thick. Thick and cakey, kind of like the earlier Lotus cake, but a little bit more dense. This one tastes very similar to a Madeleine cookie, but not quite as much as that other cookie that I had earlier. It's got subtle hints of it, but you definitely get that sweet potato flavor. I've never had sweet potato fries, but I'm assuming it's probably a similar flavor to this, so I'd say if you probably like sweet potato fries, you probably will like this as well. I'm not a huge sweet potato person. I love purple potato stuff, but not necessarily sweet potato. Maybe a 3. Like, it's not for me, but I can see a lot of people liking this. Like a little sweet potato cake is cute, and also the packaging is a bonus. It's just so adorable. You get that fried flavor like the donut, like the little bit of the grease aftertaste, which is really interesting. All right, last one, the Kameda Curry Senbei mini rice cracker. So yellow curry powder, light and crisp, curry flavor, and a complex aroma, and savory, of course. All right. I should preface with, I'm not a huge curry person. Like, it's okay. I've had Coco's curry. I know it's a place in Japan. It's a place in Okinawa, but I think there's ones here too. I've not been able to confirm it, but I've had that kind of curry before, and it was okay. The first time I got it too spicy, so that was on me. But then the second time it was okay. I don't know if I'm necessarily a huge curry person. I think it might be something that grows on you with time, and I just haven't been exposed to a lot of curries. So I like the subtle flavor of it, but sometimes it's too much for me. So I wonder where on the scale this will be. But if I don't like it, it might just be me not being a curry person. Oh boy, it smells just like Coco's curry. It smells just like Japanese curry. That scent is there. It smells good though. It smells intriguing. Also, they're quite large. Like, look at this bad boy. So here we go. Oh. I was worried for nothing. These are great. I like this. Yeah. It's the subtlety of it. You get that harsh rice flavor, and then you get hit with the salt, and then you get those undertones of the curry flavor just in the back. It's kind of like top ramen packets, you know? If you've ever had, I don't know if this is just me, but I used to have top ramen, and I would take it out of the package and I would smush up the noodles, and then I would put the powder in it, and I would just eat it raw. I don't know why I like that. I feel like I probably still like that. I just haven't done it because I know it's really terrible for you. Because of like the MSG and the salt content and just all the preservatives and top ramen. It's not meant to be eaten raw. It's meant to be had with water. It makes you very thirsty, as you'd imagine. But it tastes kind of like that, because you get that little bit of the rice flavor, and then You get some of the curry flavor, and it tastes kind of like a top ramen packet. How you get a lot of salt, but you also get that like background chicken flavor. In this case, it's curry background flavor rather than like a chicken. But it's very tasty. If you, how should I phrase this? If you're a curry person, you'll definitely like these. If you're like me and you are okay with curry, but you're not overly enthusiastic about it, I'd say these are still for you. They're still very good. I will enjoy eating these while watching a movie and things like that. Rating. I would rate these a 4 out of 5. They're really good. I know they're not for everybody. Compare these snacks to the compared price at the beginning. And you can weigh out on your own whether you think it's worth it based on whether you like it or not. I personally think it's worth it because I enjoy the thrill of the box, and I love surprises. I don't know why I'm like this, but like the little gotcha balls, I am a big fan of those. I used to collect Pokemon cards, and the mystery is the best part of it. I just love mystery items and figuring stuff out. That's why I watch so many unboxing channels, frankly. It's just something I really enjoy. And so part of that joy factor in a time like this is really important and something I will continue doing, which is why I'm really happy I have the 6-month subscription for this. But yeah, I think it's really special how they curate it with a special book with all this information about cultural significance and the ways that this is eaten and the reason it's eaten, and even the little box addition from the founder I think is a nice added touch. I'm big on details, and the way that they curate it, and seemingly they change the box every month, the box style I should say. I just think that's really impressive, and they work with individual creators, and I know that that's really important for keeping them around as well and starting to introduce them to a new audience, in this case the American audience. So that's my 2 cents on the box, but of course you can decide based on the price and based on my reviews and based on whether you think that you might agree with my review or you might feel differently based on my personal taste and what I've explained that I personally like usually. Then you can weigh out for yourself whether or not you want this box. Love that my dog is doing yoga poses right about now. Give this video a like for my dog Bella. And if you would like to see more videos with Bella in it, let me know. She doesn't really like to do anything. I guess that could be a video in and of itself, as me trying to get her to do something. But, you know, she's a lazy dog, and that's how she works. She's also super old, too, so, I mean, she's kind of done with learning things. She's like, she doesn't even want to go down the stairs anymore. She's like, take me down, human. Anyways, it's been fun trying out this box, and I hope that this was entertaining for you and that you maybe found something in here that you thought is interesting and fun to watch, I guess. See you again next week for another video, and possibly next month with another box video once my next box comes. So yeah, if you want to see more Bokksu Boxes, what a fun title, Bokksu Boxes, being unpacked and taste tested, please click subscribe. Okay, I will see you all next week when I try going to space and rescuing the last Pikachu. Alright, bye!